This is Tony Regis reporting from the Philippines. Chinese students held a protest against Japan over the disputed Diaoyu Islands in East China Sea. Diaoyu, Sesanku to the Japanese, are a group of uninhabited islands that are claimed by both nations. The protest by the Chinese youngsters came after a group of Japanese protesters half sailed and half swam to the islands to assert Japanese claims on the islands, who have just protested the arrest of 48 Hong Kong-based protesters who sailed off to the island to do exactly the same. And that was just a reaction to a previous Japanese protest concerning the island. So the story could go on and on and on, a case of which came first, the chicken or the egg. However, the more interesting story here is how they staged their protests. China hardly grants protest, but they do allow ones against Japan or other adversaries every now and then. The last one the Chinese staged against Japan went a little on China. Japanese-made police cars were smashed, shops were closed, and a Uniqlo branch in Hong Kong had to close down for a day or two. It was savage, brute, wild, and unruly, would have been ashamed to stand as a description. While the Japanese managed to foil the protests of their own people at sea, and they, the protesters, only managed to do so much as swim to a rocky islet to put a Japanese flag, the Chinese went berserk. Ironically, the Chinese minister's reaction to the first arrest of the Hong Kong citizens, the one which sparked the protest, was a little too calm, composed, and mild. Similarly, some months back, Chinese protesters also took to the streets to rage against the Philippines over some islands in the South China Sea, while the Philippines held prayer vigils all over the world. That is also after a quiet and mild threat from China to the Philippines, as it seems a calm Chinese official statement is not quite trustworthy. Tony Regis, Philippines.